It's deja vu from a few weeks ago as Tormenta comes right back over to Legacy Early College to take on the Greenville Triumph in our match tonight, presented by Hilton of Greenville. I'm Chris Makovic alongside me, Ross Davenport, getting set for the action on this League One Saturday night. Fourth and final time these two teams will meet in 2021. Another chapter being written in this historic rivalry, a rivalry that is now even in USL League One play. 4-4-1 across the board, with Tormenta winning the last two meetings. Of course, it was Greenville that got the upper hand to start this year in the series. 1-0 with a help from Mario Uslw, but ever since then, Ross, it's been all Tormenta.
Yeah, obviously the geographical closeness helps this rivalry. The two teams met in the first ever League One matchup. Alex Morel, now with Greenville, scored the winner for that one, in that one for Tormenta. But these last two matchups have really spiced this rivalry up.
Yeah, and of course for Greenville, we're keeping an eye on the big number 9. Our Joan Hurlong and Associates Sotheby's player to watch is Mario Uslw, and we talked about him. He's been one of the main Greenville players that has actually had success against Tormenta this season. Yeah,
12 goals in 12 appearances this season, only 1 goal in his last 4 games. John Harks talked to us midweek and said his team really needs to find Marios in some more goal-scoring positions, and he needs to get the ball on net.
Ian Cameron and the center backs will be keeping an eye on him, of course, up at the top of the formation. Marco Micheletto on the other side, 18 career League One goals. He has 7 so far this season, and he really did some damage against Greenville last time out.
Listen, Micheletto, one of the best technical players in the league, as shown by that strike there. Alex Morel let him get away a little bit, something you can't do with the Italian.
Now, Micheletto very crafty in the midfield, able to create those moments for his team. Second on the team in created chances so far this season, and he's someone that you can kind of use as a good barometer for Tormenta overall, according to John Harks. When he's successful on the field, they are as well. So watch the number 10 out there. Fourth and final time these two teams will meet in this rivalry in 2021. Who will have the edge in the overall record? 4-4-1 as we head into next year. We'll find out next. Lineups and kick here from Greenville.
The unstoppable spirit lives inside all of us. For Matt and Lisa Kuhn, it's fueled by family, with a business backed by an unbreakable bond and a passion to innovate. They've become leaders in last-mile transportation. That's why First Horizon is proud to celebrate unstoppable spirits like Matt and Lisa. From the first stop to the final destination, we use our understanding to keep our clients on their unique path to success.
School is in session and great deals on your favorite brands are here at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get up to 25% off Nike apparel and footwear, plus 25% off all Nike backpacks and lunchboxes. Don't miss the fun. Sale ends soon at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
We offer a full array of dental treatment, and what that provides you as a patient is you're able to come to one place and get comprehensive care under one roof.
I've always been greeted with a smile. They know me when I call. I trust them.
We'd love to see you at Wood Creek Dental. Visit us at woodcreekdental.com.
Hi there, I'm Lena. My owner, Brooke, she's earning her degree through Anderson University online. She can access her high-quality classes anywhere, anytime, which gives us plenty of time to play ball, or throw frisbee, or tug on some rope, or practice our human skills. Discover AU online and start earning your degree today. Dogs like me approve.
Welcome back here to Greenville, South Carolina, as we get set for a matchup between Tormenta and Greenville tonight, presented by Hilton of Greenville. As we get set for our starting 11s, we begin with a home side, the Greenville Triumph, of course, presented by Bon Secours.
A couple of changes for John Harks. Men Evan Lee is back in the lineup. Abdi Mohammed recovered from his hamstring injury. He'll start at the right back spot. Jesus Ibarra gets his second straight start, and no luck on McLean in the 18. Don Smart on the bench.
A lot more of the familiar faces than in the Toronto battle with the border crossing involved, of course. So good to see for the Greenville Triumph. On the other side, Tormenta, also presented by Bon Secours.
One change as Benoit comes in for Raheem Summerhall. New signing, Nicky Jackson. You see him on the bench. Perhaps we'll see him this evening. He takes the place of Clayton Adams in the 18. On the back line, Nick O'Callahan and Lars Eckenrode both missing due to injury.
Yeah, some extra depth at the striker spot. Someone to be up there with Liotti, maybe as we move ahead in the match on loan from San Diego Royal in USL Championship. But look at the League One standings entering tonight. Omaha's still at the top, but Toronto, New England getting wins. It's really tight now at the top.
It's funny how those 2 wins have sort of stretched things out just a little bit. There was only 4 points separating, I think, was it 3rd or 4th from 11th earlier. Now things have started to stretch a little bit as these teams really look to make that playoff run down the stretch.
Look out here at Legacy Early College. Tormenta in the white, Greenville in the classic green and blue for today's proceedings. And we're off and running here from Greenville, South Carolina. 4th and final chapter of this rivalry in 2021. Let's see which way it goes.
Yeah, both teams could certainly lose 3 points. Only 1 win in 7 for Greenville, 1 in 6 for Tormenta. That one was obviously over Greenville. Greenville still dealing with a ton of injuries. Lachlan McLean, we thought we might see him back tonight in the starting line, but had a bit of a setback in that trip to Toronto. He did make the trip, but didn't play. So we'll see what kind of formation. John Hark's listed as at 4-4-2, but we may see more of that 4-2-3-1 that we're used to seeing since the injuries have really ravaged John Hark's and forced him to change the tactics.
Again, a big name not out there today for Greenville. Brandon Fricke, who got a red card against Toronto last week, headed down. Good chance early on. Walker fires and just wide of that left post.
Well, an early goal would certainly have made a difference in this one. Lovely ball and knocked down by Marius Lomas. And Aaron Walker's, you see him put his head in his hands. He should have put that one on target. Tyler Pollock with the floated ball in. That's what Lomas can do. They lost track of Walker, did the Tormenta defense. I've seen him score already this season, almost had a second.
All replays today presented by Green Cloud Defense. And it's Walker early on a run up the midfield, and I think that's something John Harkes definitely wants from his midfielders, Booth and Walker in particular today, those secondary runs to get those open looks from their number 9.
Yeah, Aaron Walker will be key tonight. We talked to Ian Cameron about his center mids. He has sort of a combination of 4 of them he can use, some more defensive than others. He's got 2 real defensive guys in there tonight, Benoit and Gomez. And if Aaron Walker can cause them some trouble, Greenville will be in business.
Booth lays it off up ahead, and a foul will be called now as the AR's flag went up. Ibarra down. Looking for a card as well, but he will get the foul at least.
Yeah, Ibarra getting a second straight start. Don Smart didn't make the trip to Toronto last weekend. Starts on the bench tonight, so Ibarra getting just like Alan Gavinanis has really taken that role that he's on the wing and run with it. See if Ibarra can really take that role tonight and get himself another start perhaps.
Very similar start we saw to last meeting between these 2 teams on this field. Greenville out early, dictating the tempo and getting some chances, now 3 minutes in. As Pollock stands over this one, whistle is blown. Morel plays this in, falls free, still alive, backside of the box. Murillo goes down, not enough there for the referee's whistle. It does go out eventually.
We've seen good early pressure from John Harkes' men. It was an issue in the first 8 or 10 or so games this season with slow starts for Greenville, but the last few games they really seem to have fixed it. Come out with good passion and pace here in the first 3 minutes tonight. Putting that pressure on that back 3 for Tormenta.
Weird spot for Pablo Hara, almost gave it right back there. Greenville, they're pressuring these wing backs early, kind of the source of Tormenta getting down the field on the counters specifically. Now Micheletto will play this ahead. And we'll find Dallas J.
That's the key to beating these 3-man defenses, Chris, is to get those wing backs committed too far up and then exploit that space at the back with only the 3 back there. Again, Greenville a little short-handed tonight. I'm sure they'd love to have Lachlan McLean and Don Smart to be able to do such things, but they'll have to make do what they got this evening. I'm sure we'll also, on the other side, see Tormenta pressuring these fullbacks for Greenville. Abdi Mohamed coming off a hamstring injury. He certainly won't be wanting to go 100% tonight at any point, 100% on the sprinting anyway. Tyler Pollock, we've seen him be exposed a few times this season for pace. And that front three for Tormenta is scary when it comes to pace.
Interesting right there. Andrew Booth dropping back into the right back spot for the moment. That's a look we can see since he has some experience playing the slot collegiately. Pollock fires from deep, a curler, but that well wide of the target.
A rare Tyler Pollock strike from distance. You and I, Chris, all season, I think, are begging him to have a go from there, and that's one of the first ones we've seen this season. Yeah, we see Andrew Booth played fullback a little bit, I think a couple of times last season for Greenville as well. He's one of those guys John Harkes loves, can play multiple positions like Max Hemmings. He's on the bench this evening as well. Cesar Murillo can push up in the mid if he needs to. We've seen Mohammed at the wing back spot as well as the fullback spot.
Lomas on the run. Almost got by Phelps, but a nice header by the center back.
Yeah, that'd be a great battle to watch all night. Josh Phelps, one of the most physical defenders in League One. It's a turnover here.
Booth stepping up on the interception. He might take it himself. He does, and saved. Diving to his left by Hara.
Andrew Booth with tons of space, 20 yards out. Made good contact with it, but not far enough away from Pablo Hara to cause him any trouble. But a great start so far for Greenville on the front foot early.
Nicoletto up ahead. Flag stayed down. Almost a good give and go there with Michael, but it's cleared away. There will be a foul on the Dutchman. Greenville winless in their last four. Last win coming back on July 4th at New England, of course, 3-0. Their loss to Tormenta was, in fact, their first loss on home soil this year. Now at a mark of 2-1-3 at home in 2021.
Well, John Harkes is certainly one of those coaches that's loved to be seeing all these draws that have been going on lately, because it hasn't really hurt their poor form of late. They do only have one loss in their last 7 as well. 5 draws for themselves in there. With all the other ties going on around the league, that's allowed Greenville to hang around there in that top 3, and we know how important it'll be to get that #1 seed and have that home field advantage potentially for the semifinal and the final.
Yeah, and what's weird about this series right now is Tormenta's only 2 wins in their last 7. Their wins over Greenville. Beyond that, they have not been able to break through much in the win column. And a playoff of Meyer Feltian. Wilson and Engelbart injury report. A few names up there, but less than Greenville has had this season.
Yeah, well, some news about Noah Palaro this week. He suffered a bit of a setback in his return from the back injury, so we won't see him anytime soon. Such a big key in that midfield for John Harkes. I asked him this week where they really miss Palado. He talked about just the way he sees the game in that midfield. They really do need to get him back.
Another giveaway in the back for Tormenta. Mishap for Greenville, though. Coming up, Gavilanes, though, he fires, tackled down at the last second, and poked away.
What a tackle by the Benoit. Gavilanes was just winding up to fire that one home.
Ball back in, headed away. Once again, Tormenta having trouble getting out of the back. Now Michael trying to break free. Pollock and Walker, the captains, teaming up to get the interception. Now Pollock goes down, and Tormenta on the attack.
This one's been 150 miles an hour so far, Chris.
Liati in open space. Does to his left, knocks it over, but the pass ricocheted perhaps. Walker the clearance.
He's trying to poke the ball through to Stefan Muller, was wide open on the left side. Getting forward from his left wing back spot. Here
comes Greenville. Booth an overlapping run. Played through into a gap. Lomas trying the chip. He goes down. May have been offside anyway. Let's take a look at that crunching tackle before.
And a look on the Greek Crown defensive replay. Gavalanis went to his left, right, had a chance in the last second tackle. I think it was going to be right at Pablo O'Hara, the shot anyway.
Almost maybe just a step off.
You can see he was trying to just chip it over. Pablo O'Hara didn't quite get underneath it enough, but excellent start for John Harkes' men so far here tonight.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship, USL League One, and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Select ball back with Greenville playing it over the top. A good look, but right into the open arms of Pablo O'Hara. Nicoletto, no look pass, Muller in there, fires one, a trickler, still alive, Meyer Feltian put it in, and it's 1-0 to Tormenta.
Well, the man that started that move with a superb ball from the right side finishes it off, and completely against the run of play, Tormenta with a 1-0 lead here on the road.
All Greenville the first 10 minutes, but Tormenta pouncing on really a mistake there. Three forwards wide open in the box, and Meyer Feltian puts it in, who has been spectacular against Greenville this season.
John Harkes talked to us in the week about the diagonal ball that this team can play behind. This is exactly what caused it. This was in front of the defenders, but Greenville caught a little up the field napping. We'll see if Meyer Feltian making the run, and Alan Gavalanis is not tracking him back. Gavalanis really should have been on his horse here. And the result of that is one of the easier goals Luca Meyer Feltian will score.
That's his third goal of the season, but overall, Meyer Feltian, 2 goals, 3 assists against the Triumph this year, and over the course of now 3 matches. 1-0 to Tormenta. They get the first goal, unlike the last meeting a few weeks ago. This is the area that, frankly, Ian Cameron has been worried about, giving up leads like they did against Richmond, holding on to results. They've played very well when they are behind. The problem has been when they are on top early.
No, this one's far from over. I think Greenville perhaps got a little overconfident in those first 10 minutes, just pushing bodies forward. And that man, again, Luca Meyer Feltian, just making them pay, just like he has done in the last 3 games between these two teams, I should say.
Coach Cameron told us exactly this really about Meyer Feltian. He's best bringing his energy on the counter. When Greenville gets caught out, a little stretched defensively, he can find those open gaps. That's what he did there, even though it was a tap-in. Really.
No, I think when they made the move to this 3-back formation, I'm sure that was the one sort of concern for Ian Cameron, was where to put Luca Meyer Feltian. Obviously not a wing-back by trade, more of an attacking midfielder, but he's really made that spot his own. That was a perfect example of what he can do.
Almost another giveaway in the back by Gomez. Does eventually go out for a goal kick. See it there, 5-2-1. It's Tormenta scoring the first goal. Greenville, they do have some comebacks in them this season, 1-2 and 2.
Carolina when JT Kamara gave NCFC that early lead. It's back in the middle of April. I mean, middle of June, excuse me.
We'll see how the Triumph bounce back here. Including this match, Greenville 8 of their final 13 matches at home. Good opportunity to make some damage on the table. Nicoletto. Again, trapped in the corner. And it is a corner kick for the Greenville Triumph, presented by PNC Bank.
Yeah, 2 of those 8 home games, Chris, will be against the Red Wolves. This is one of the better teams in the league. We face FC Tucson as well as Toronto FC 2, Fort Lauderdale, and the Revs 2. So other than those Chattanooga games, they're not the most difficult to home schedule. Still plenty of time for Greenville to make a run on one of those top 2 spots.
Hara trying to punch it away, but it was Phelps with the header initially. Lofted back in by Pollock. Volley away. That's another area Ian Cameron worked on with his squad in the week they were off. Set piece defense. Doing well so far tonight.
Yeah, 3 of the last 4 goals conceded off corners. Took the time with that week off to work on that. Ian Cameron talked to us for a while about the intricacies of defending set pieces. Of course, scored a couple of free set piece goals against Greenville over these last 2 matchups. Liadi. Is he playing for his starting job tonight, Chris, you think, with the signing of Nicky Jackson this week?
Well, Coach told us that really he hopes some competition is generated based on that at the number 9 slot. Both players can obviously improve on that. Nicoletto fires from deep, deflected, and it's a corner kick for Tormenta. Funny thing is, Liadi, goal scorer for Tucson, he has 4 assists this year. He's found some production there. Look at Ian Cameron, his first full season, of course, at the helm of the League One squad in the Tormenta system.
They obviously had Josh Phelps playing center forward previously this season. They don't really have a true center forward. Whether Nicky Jackson will be that guy, it'll be interesting to see. Liadi has thrived sometimes from a wider spot.
Service in, headed away. Of course, 2 of Meyer Feltian's assists against Greenville came from free kicks. Set piece specialist for Tormenta. Throw in near the corner flag. Greenville and Tormenta doing battle. 4th and final time this year. And already a goal for Tormenta after Greenville really dominated the first 10 minutes of play.
Nicoletto doing a bit of adjusting with the advertising hoardings.
Headed up by Liadi, but Jay will be right over to this one.
Expected the pace to slow down quite a bit, Chris, since that first sort of 10-minute spurt to start the game.
And Coach Cameron told us this week that it's no secret Greenville seems to play more direct and a more aggressive style at home than they do on the road. And they really took advantage of that early on with the counter. Now settling in a bit more to the possession. Nicoletto in the box. Trying to fight back to the ball. Jay picks it up, nothing doing. And it's back to Greenville.
Abdi Mohammed trying to have to work back there. Keeping allowing him just to see if he's really going to be able to go 100% on those sprints. That's the one thing with the hamstring you got to worry about, especially from standing starts. He got injured. It looked like a nasty one that was going to keep him out for a bit longer, but John Hart said he'd been training this week. They've been taking it a little more carefully, but with other injuries around the squad, it's bringing it back a little early than we expected. And you and I mentioned perhaps we would see Greenville go to a back 3 tonight, but I think perhaps with the limitations on Abdi, he wasn't going to be bombing up at a wing back spot.
Play on the pass attempt from Lomas. down the left wing. Wilmus on the run. He'll get onto the ball, but another offside flag up in the air. Back to Tormenta. A look at John Harks at the helm once again. And congratulations to him on behalf of his son, Ian, making his 100th appearance in his career at Dundee United earlier today.
Yeah, massive win over Rangers. It was Rangers' first league loss in 41 games. It shows you how dominating Steven Gerrard's men have been over the last few years. That was a big early win for Dundee United at home.
Ibarra cutting over, the curler gets by Hara. 1-1 here in the 21st.
Jesus Ibarra, great finish. Mentioned earlier, getting his second straight start. Rewarding John Harks for his faith in him there with a beautiful finish inside Pablo Hara's left-hand post.
That goal presented by Jesus Ibarra and the YMCA of Greenville. What a 1v1 run right there.
Taking a look at it here on the Green Cloud defense. Replay, Morel. Far too much space given up the middle. And Ibarra just getting Curtis Thorne on his ice skates. There's a nice little step over and a good finish past the outstretched legs of Josh Phelps and the outstretched arms of Pablo Hara. All things tied up here at Legacy early.
Fun one here in the first 20 minutes, 1 goal apiece. Ibarra strikes for the triumph. For a series marked really by 1-0 results. And a lot of goals lately in these last 3 matchups.
We talked to John Harks earlier this year about Jesus Ibarra and the Gavilanes and their ability to take people on. Something that Greenville lacked at times last year. Ibarra spent most of the season coming off the bench. Second straight start now, making the most of it. First goal as a member of the Triumph.
Out of play for a throw-in. Greenville looking to make that official comeback in the record books. Giving up the early goal, 1-0.
I mean, John Harks did say this week that he was going to reward the guys that were playing well in training, and you have to assume that's what Ibarra's been doing. Pressing midweek. He played less than 10 minutes in his previous 4 appearances before last weekend's start in Toronto.
Ibarra floats one in there, knocked away by Phelps. Booth keeps it alive with a little flick. Evan Lee, a bit of a gap. Through ball ahead, Booth on the run, Booth fires, saved by Hara, second goal of it, and the post meets the ball.
Greenville took a little 5-minute nap because now they're back at it again. Full effect, lovely through ball into the path of Booth. He really should have done better there, put it right at the body of Hara. This game, Greenville could easily have had 3 goals so far.
Let's take a look at our building blocks for success presented by Harper General Contractors.
Well, Supermariners hasn't really done the damage so far for Greenville, but they managed to find other guys in space in that penalty box.
Coach Cameron telling us this week they really worked a lot on their pairings in the central midfield, trying to shore that up. But right there, that through ball from Evan Lee up the middle to Andrew Booth kind of tells you a lot. A bit of a hole there for him to step up into, something they're trying to seal up. This will be a free kick over to Gomez and Tormenta, taken quickly.
You can can see how deep Gomez and Abeno have been playing so far in this first half. Neither known particularly for their offensive prowess. Of course, the three at the back. Curtis Thorne on the ball now is one of those guys that when he did play fullback, loved to get forward, but he's not really allowed to do that in the three-man system at the back.
That's probably the one thing, for as successful as the switch to the 3-4-3 has been for Tormenta this season, they lack is Thorne. Those runs up were so impactful when he's able to do that.
Just you are relying so heavily on Micheletto and Meyer Phelps at this point. I mean, they're coming through with flying colors. They're really the only two guys, perhaps, that all of these teams have to watch out for. And still, they're still getting it done regardless.
Ibarra plays it centrally, knocked ahead by Benoit. Over the head of Lomas and into the open arms of Hara. August is USL Supporters Month, and we want to hear from you. Visit uslleague1.com/supporters-month for more information on how you can get involved and have a chance to be featured as the supporter of the week. Reedy River Riot in song here. I'm sure many Tormenta fans making the journey up from Statesboro. Foul called as Andrew Booth commits it.
You mentioned Greenville with a ton of home games to end the season. Tormenta have 8 of their final 13 on the road. So Tormenta fans will have plenty of opportunities to travel if they want to. It's not going to be an easy finish to the season for Tormenta. Obviously played not the most games in the league, but up there.
They're going to see.
Actually, after tonight, they will have 18 games. After this game, I should say.
Still, they're going to see Fort Lauderdale a lot, too. I saw 3 matches still left with Darren Powell's side.
Well, those two teams high up there. We were talking to you, Chris, before the game about matches in hand, right? It's not so bad when one team behind you has a match or two in hand. Here comes Ibarra again.
Ibarra cutting over a bender, but Lomas was right there. And that seems to be the message.
Not so bad when you look at the standings and see perhaps one team behind you or two maybe with a game or two in hand. But when the whole league has games in hand on you, it's a difficult thing. As Ibarra's shot there on the Green Cloud defense. Replay couldn't get quite the curl that he had on the goal. He's playing well so far, is Ibarra.
Thorne looking upfield. Again, this press coming from Greenville. Michael dropping back. Meyer Feltian. High boot there from Micheletto. Sending a free kick the other way.
Relatively clean game so far, considering Tormenta, one of the most fouling teams in the league, coming into tonight, if not the most fouling team.
Most yellow cards per game, 2.7. But the funny thing is, yet to see a red, one of 4 teams in the league.
One thing going Tormenta's way is that Greenville doesn't really have a legitimate free kick threat like Tormenta does with Meyer Feltian. Aaron Walker on the ball right now can strike them. Not really any long distance goals that I can think of from set pieces. This one floated in.
right now, 2 center backs immediately covering Lomas when the ball floats near. Myra Felton trying to catch Greenville up ahead on the field. Back with the home side. Good touch here, but a bit too heavy. Michael. It's knocked away by Lee. Pollock there as well, dragged down from behind, and a free kick to the home side.
Great use of his body by Tyler Pollock. He's not the fastest player in the league, but one of the best at using his body to win free kicks like that. Wingers shielded away from the ball. Is he old enough for us to call him Wiley, Chris? Tyler Pollock.
Perhaps, he's a veteran. 29 years old now. One of the few players that you can say is 2-time all-league selection. Foul called in midfield. Free kick to Tormenta.
I'm not sure if Tyler Pollock's going to win it for a 3rd straight time. Damia Villadere may have the lead in the race for that left back spot, I think. But still half a season to go, just under. So many good fullbacks in this league. It's one of the strongest positions in League One.
Liadi on the run on the give and go, plays it back to the top of the box. Oh, Beamont's shot is blocked. And the foul is called as he tackles down Booth.
That was good defensive work there by Alex Morel. In the right place at the right time. If he hadn't been there, Beamont would have had an open crack on target. And Alex Morel did well to get back and help out. He's had a quiet night so far as Alex Morel, other than that one key pass. But he's got in the way there. That's a foul on Beamont. Harks has been saying how Alex Morel's really started almost back to his full flow now after starting the season with some injury issues.
A clean-shaven Dallas J we have tonight. Didn't know that's the same man with the bobblehead.
Perhaps he was looking for the clean sheet to go with the clean shave. He's had a few more lately than he had earlier in the season, but not to be tonight. Uslw has helped him out.
Lee with the long ball down the right wing. Mohammed heads it on, now Morel. Tries to cut it back, but his teammate a bit further than he expected.
John Harks could see his reaction to that decision by the assistant referee. He's asking, how did he not see the ball come off the foot? Get better at my lip reading, Chris. Some coaches in this league, I certainly wouldn't want to be lip reading at this point in the game. John Harks, they're a very well-spoken individual.
Ian Cameron very complimentary of John Harks, calling him the gold standard of coaching in League One.
Yeah, especially just experience-wise, right, with his time, not just playing in England, but managing at the championship level. Closely playing for the men's national team and captaining it for as long as he did. All adds up to great coaching experience, even if it's not actual coaching, right? As a captain, you're coaching your teammates on the field. Tyler Pollock out of position. And Lee helping him out.
Lee making a strong run up the field. Aaron Walker to his left making a run. He'll go to the right though, and Morrell caught by 5 white kits.
Evidently wasn't sure what to do.
Morrell plays it in, cleared out of play. And Hara really upset there because he was right there to grab it, and now it's a corner kick for the Triumph.
We've seen Evidently making some of these marauding runs over the last 2.5 years, but that was certainly one of his longest ones. Nobody from the green. It was almost like he had a white shirt repellent on him. He wanted to get anywhere near it. Got so far, he kind of didn't know what to do and just gave it away, but his run has earned him Greenville a corner.
PNC corner for kids for the Greenville Triumph, and Rodney Michael slow to get up. Not sure what happened to the run of play right there. Making his 8th appearance overall. Back to his feet. Alex Morrell will take this. Ball sent in, backside, headed down, but no one there and a foul was called.
Aaron Walker wanted a little more space than he had, and unfortunately a little shove to find it.
The USL on ESPN returns to ESPN Deportes when 2 playoff hopefuls meet for the first time. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC invade the birthplace of rock and roll to take on Memphis 901 FC Tuesday, August 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. I think that's been one of the most fun parts of this 2021 season. USL Championship, these cross-conference battles have been very fun at times.
It's a shame we didn't have the Open Cup again. Love to have seen more League One versus Championship matchups in that competition, but perhaps next year. You mentioned Rodney Michael, Chris. He stepped up nicely. Adrian Billhart was really expected to be the key on the right side for Ian Cameron this season. Had that season-ending knee injury early on. Rodney Michael sort of kept Kobe Perez on the bench most of the last couple of months. Ian Cameron was saying how Greenville had to man mark him in the last meeting. They thought he was that important.
Ibarra, the early goal scorer, takes it on the left side, bends it over, headed away by Phelps.
There's a bit of a harsh call there. I think Aaron Walker had Liati beaten. You can see Marius Lomas not happy with it either. Let's take another look at it on the Green Cloud defense replay. No, I think he actually got clipped by Alex Morrell. I'm not sure if Walker saw that.
Aaron Walker, a native of Georgia himself. Woodstock, now at 31 years old. Nicoletto making a run into the box, lays it off. Still alive, play it over, Liati! No goal, waved off immediately. Offside flag is up.
Well, fans of Legacy Early breathing a sigh of relief. That was a lovely work. I'm going to put goal in quotes. Liati almost had his second goal of the season. Good work here by the aforementioned Rodney Michael. Nicoletto laid it off for Muller. It was perhaps, yeah, just a half step offside. Liati with a beautiful run and finish, but all for nothing in the end.
That's the type of build-up they really want to get the wingbacks involved. Beautiful, but offside, of course.
I talked to Ian Cameron earlier this season about his lack of a true number 9. He said that this whole front, especially the front three, have to work together to provide goals. Nobody's going to come out and score 15 goals. That was a beautiful example of how dangerous they can be when they're on the same page, even those two, with the wingbacks getting involved as well.
Pollock went down, brief shove from Gomez. Well, here comes Muhammad.
That's a good step by Abdi there. No foul, okay. John Hartz wanted the call, didn't get it.
Nicoletto on the run. Lays it off, still alive. Played off the face of Dallas J. He's down. Play will pause as Greenville somehow, some way, makes a stop to it.
That one's gonna hurt. Maybe just a little stunned. I'm not sure who Dallas J is upset at.
He's talking to the ref.
Great stop in the end. Doesn't matter what part of the body you use to keep it out, as long as you keep it out. Required a little bit of attention there. Spitting some blood. Nose maybe,
Nose,
yeah.
it seems. It's terrible. Clean shaven enters this match. Now he has turf on him.
He's got those black beds and blood.
Awful. What a stop, though.
Ladies, turn away.
Well, yes, that was a save by Dallas J. Might be the first we've seen off the face. We'll have to check with him for that. What a stop.
Chance for a water break here. It's been an exciting first half, Chris. End-to-end stuff. Great chances for both sides.
Coming up at halftime, stay with us. We'll have a look not only at the first team squads in League One for both these sides, but their academy sides coming up. Tormenta with Tormenta 2 in USL League 2, another successful season. That's where Ian Cameron's roots are, and many of the players on their side. But Greenville trying to build something like that with their academy squads that took part in the USL Academy Cup back in May. Good to see Dallas J back up and walking.
Yeah, 5 outfield players tonight for Tormenta come through that Tormenta 2 program. Maya Felty and Michaeletta, Phelps, Michael, and Thorne. Adrian Billhart as well, we mentioned earlier. Another one who perhaps would have been starting tonight if he was healthy. It's Dallas J. Looks to be okay.
On the bench for Greenville as well, J.J. Donnelly. He played for the Southern Conference.
That's right.
Side from that League 2. Before signing for Greenville, of course. Breaking the hearts of many, I would assume.
Of course, we mentioned pregame Alex Morel with the game winner back. First ever game in League One history between these two teams. Start here with a drop ball. Head injuries, you got to be careful. You got to stop play immediately.
Yeah, now you mentioned the funny thing about here in American soccer, it's kind of the discussion of which was the first team, Charleston, Richmond. I know that's close to them. Well, we know this is actually the oldest battle rivalry, whatever you want to call it, in League One. They played like on March 29th, 2019. Friday night in Statesboro. Foul called. Greenville will get a free kick out of this.
The battle for who was the first team goes. I know there's several countries where that's an issue. One of my good friends is from Uruguay, Peñarol and Nacional. They have every year they're bantering about who was really the first team. And Peñarol has their year of creation actually printed it in their stadium in big numbers just to remind the Nacional fans. I don't think Charleston and Richmond have quite got to that stage yet. Chance here for Greenville.
Working on something here.
Let's see. Almost trying to tell Pollock what he wants here from this delivery.
Pollock plays it over. Down goes Lomas. Nothing from the whistle. And back to Tormenta.
Lomas not normally one to complain too voraciously. It's well played ball in by Pollock, but obviously the man from the Netherlands going down, it didn't end up with anything. Going down here, last 90 seconds before the half.
Back all the way to Jay. Tormenta striking early. Greenville answering about 10 minutes later. Now given away in the back by Booth.
Not when you want to be giving it away against this team. Luckily, Rodney Michael was forced to go backwards.
headed back towards Hara. Being dragged down, and a free kick to Tormenta. 2 minutes of stoppage time there at Legacy Early College, presented by First Horizon Bank.
There's a goal scorer for Greenville, Uslw. It's been a fun first half. Could have been a lot more than 2 goals, Chris. And to play for still here in the second 45.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything really both coaches can point to correct in the second half. It's been fun, even battle so far. Now a free kick for Tormenta to maybe end out this half in the next few moments. That's exactly where they want it. Meyer-Feltian surely will take this one.
Seen both teams really use the wings effectively. Looking at the attacking thirds numbers here. Both teams only with 20% of their attacks going through the middle. That's really where perhaps something can be done. Don Smart.
Sent in, headed up by Lomas, still alive. They wanted a handball waved off.
I'm sure we'll see Don Smart enter at some point in this game. He'll provide perhaps a little bit of impetus through the middle for John Harks' men.
Looked like Dallas J wanted to grab that, and someone
he shoved one of his own teammates, I think, in the way.
Sent over by Michael, played ahead, diving, stopped by Dallas J. Another great chance on the doorstep by Liotti.
Dallas J's had a busy last 5 minutes or so. So Liotti's making himself a nuisance this first half. Almost found the back of the net, this time legally. Didn't quite get enough of power on it to hit it past JJ. Had a good look at it. It was a comfortable height for him. But he had to be aware. Always have to be at that front post. A lot less time to react as a keeper.
Meyer-Feltian at the corner flag, maybe for the final kick of this first half. Jay coming up big once again for the triumph. And this will be retaken.
All sorts of shenanigans going on in the box. Cesar Murillo on his backside. Not by his own accord, I'm sure.
Sergey News had a pretty good look at that headed shot in the back post. Of course, waved off. And that will be the halftime whistle, 1-1 in the fourth chapter of this season's series. Early goals, good chances by both sides as we begin our Oxford Barber Company halftime report. Coming up, we'll take a look at the League 2 action for Tormenta and the Academy action for Greenville. Early goals from both sides and big saves from Hara and Jay. Stay with us for the second 45. Coming up next, 1-1 here in the upstate of South Carolina.
Why contact a marketing agency?
Is it to see this guy scribble on a whiteboard or to listen to the ins and outs of marketing?
Or is it to partner with a group of creatives who will connect you to them and grow your brand?
Here, we join with you to push your business to new heights.
It's not about the us, but about the us and how we can get your brand out there and connect and become their favorite.
We are the planners, doers, designers, and engagers who cut the crap and just
Make it happen. We are Davis Creative Group.
We offer a full array of dental treatment, and what that provides you as a patient is you're able to come to one place and get comprehensive care under one roof.
I've always been greeted with a smile. They know me when I call. I trust them.
We'd love to see you at Wood Creek Dental. Visit us at woodcreekdental.com.
In front header, score! What a goal! Goal to the 901! He puts it in! Colorado Springs has its lead! Goal! It's another for Colorado Springs!
Welcome back here into Greenville for the Oxford Barber Company halftime report. Well, Ross, plenty of other soccer, of course, going on around the USL. In USL League 2, Tormenta 2 actually just finishing up another successful campaign, making their way through the Southern Conference playoffs, got to the Southern Conference final, fortunately falling in that one, but again, a great run from Tormenta 2, including two big wins up at Lions Bridge on the campus of Christopher Newport University in Newport News, Virginia.
Yeah, listen, I come from a country where, every decently sized football team has a developmental squad as well as an academy set up, and Tormenta's really got things going on that side of things. And we'll see almost half of the outfield players playing tonight for Tormenta played in this 2 system. Yeah, if there's one team really showing that pipeline path to pro, as they put it in USL League 2, it is Tormenta. First season back in 2016, finished 5th in the division, then 4th in 2017, but the last 3 years they've either won the division, the Deep South division that is, in USL League 2, or finished 2nd like this year, still a Southern Conference finalist, and of course a USL League 2 semifinalists overall back in 2019. That's the furthest run they've made, but of course you bring together what they've done with Tormenta 2, moved it over into their now quote-unquote first team squad in USL League 1, and they've done some amazing things, including this berth this season into the Southern Conference final. No, League 2 provides that great opportunity for these college players to play some really high-level soccer in the summer, and for these coaches to get a good look at them. We saw Mikey Lawrence scoring earlier, former teammate of Curtis Thorne at Nova Southeastern, and it really shows if these guys can play at that next level. And Tormenta back in the USL Academy Cup as well. The U13 boys squad, U17 girls squad, and U17 boys squad also in action. That Academy Cup, of course, back in the end of May. Greenville, though, getting their academy going and their path to pro, hopefully here into USL League One. Their U13 boys squad and U17 girls squad in action. That tournament, their U13 boys squad actually went undefeated, 2 wins and 2 draws in that one, so a great start for John Harks and his coaching staff that's involved there. Yeah, it's very impressive. We saw John Harks have to go to his youth with Patrick Kelly, the 17-year-old, getting a start coming off the bench last week in Toronto. So a big win right there you saw for Tormenta 2 over the Villages to advance to the Southern Conference final. They ended up falling to NC Fusion U23, who ended up actually facing Des Moines Menace in the final. Des Moines Menace, one of their center backs, of course, Jordan Skelton, formerly of Tormenta last season in USL League 1. Tormenta 2, though, making its 3rd straight appearance in the Southern Conference playoffs. So more to come from them. Ian Cameron, of course, the former coach of the 2 squad. Yeah, listen, if you're a League 1 fan, find yourself a League 2 team. Now let's take a look at Friday afternoon's action up north of the border. Toronto-Greenville, no goals. First match back in Canada. Well, this one had some goals. Something about Richmond giving up really great own goals. A great finish there, down 1-0 early on the road. You can see what JP Monticelli was trying to do. Unfortunately, ended up coming off the side of his foot and in the back of the net behind Akira Fitzgerald. But Richmond, they would bounce back with some help off the wing, getting the foul inside the box. And Vignals, such a key addition this offseason for Richmond, gets to the spot and he makes it count. David Johnson's one of those guys that gets in those seams and finds those empty spots, and right there got bowled over for the penalty and finished it himself.
The former Tormenta man finding the equalizer, and then Toronto, they would find the winner for their first win on their home soil in quite a while, and such a beautiful loft there just outside the fingertips of Fitzgerald.
Listen, I think that's getting my vote for goal of the week. It's very underrated. It's not a banger, but what a build-up to that goal.
Well, Toronto rising up the table. We'll see if Greenville or Tormenta can do the same coming up. News and notes from around USL League One coming up.
Hey everybody, Scott Stewart here from USL. Proud to be joined by Puma's John Miller here for an interview. What initially attracted you to the league, and what are your thoughts on the partnership so far?
For us, the mutual experience of offering access to the sport, to numerous marketplaces across North America is really what grew us. And then, of course, the great team at the USL has been tremendous to work with from the get-go.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
In front, header, score! What a goal! Goal to the 901! He puts it in. Colorado Springs has its lead. Goal! It's another for Colorado Springs.
There's no substitute for hard work. You have to put in the time. Dedicate yourself to the goal. I didn't make it to the Hall of Fame on my own. I had a team and we worked hard together. I had coaches and a playbook with the answers. It's no different in business. Now I own a Janny King franchise because they've got the winning playbook and a team that supports me. Get in the game and get ready to shine. Go to JannyKing.com to get started today.
Hi there, I'm Lena. My owner, Brooke, she's earning her degree through Anderson University online. She can access her high-quality classes anywhere, anytime, which gives us plenty of time to play ball, or throw frisbee, or tug on some rope, or practice our human skills. Discover AU online and start earning your degree today. Dogs like me approve.
News and notes from around USL League One. Robbie Cristo overcame some injury troubles, Ross. He's coming really into form now.
Yeah, he hasn't wasted any time making a name for himself in USL League One. Had that cracker from halfway, a couple of penalties last week, and now already up to 4 goals on the season.
One of the, I guess, derbies of the weekend coming up later. Union Omaha and Forward Madison doing battle, along with, of course, Greenville and Tormenta at half right in front of us today.
Yeah, 2 of the best fan bases as well in the league going at each other today.
That'll be a fun one in the Bird Derby, I guess, as they work on a name for it. Team of the week from this past week in USL League One. Robbie Cristo, of course, up there, along with some other favorite names from around the league.
Certainly some familiar names up there. Good to see Charlie Dennis back in the team of the week.
Yeah, Charlie Dennis bouncing back for FC Tucson, former Tormenta man, of course. Mario Slomas still at the top of the leaderboard for the Golden Boot, 3 ahead of Terzaghi.
And it's going to be a great race to the end, not just in the standings, but in the Golden Boot race as well.
Micheletto squeezing in there as well with his 7 tallies this season. Assist leader is George Acosta still, but JT Kamara hanging in there.
Yeah, Acosta coming back to health now. He's still managing to hold on to the lead despite missing a few games.
Dick Rosansky as well at 5 assists. And Connor Doyle now with Union Omaha. Dallas J back up there in the goals against battle, but Rashid Nuhu right now far and away the leader with Joe Rice following by.
Yeah, Nuhu with a solid lead so far. It's going to take quite a bit of an upset, I think, for him to lose that top spot.
Yeah, Omaha has been very strong defensively once again this year. The scoreboard from the recent results across the league. Not as many draws up there, seeing some goals onto the scoreboard in the past week.
Yeah, tons of goals coming in. Exciting for the neutral fans, no doubt.
Of course, a whole slate of action coming up for you on ESPN Plus tonight. About to kick off Union Omaha and Forward Madison FC, and then FC Tucson late night action against North Texas.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. 2 teams with 16 points facing off in that late game.
course, Greenville will take on Fort Lauderdale next Sunday. Next Saturday, Tormenta making the journey up to Breese Stevens Field in Madison. Highlights and stats coming up next as we continue the Oxford Barber Company halftime report.
In front, header, score! What a goal! Goal to the 901! He puts it in! Colorado Springs has its lead! Goal! It's another for Colorado Springs!
I'm Michelle Smith-Lang from Kids World Learning Center here in Statesboro, Georgia. Let us take care of all of your childcare needs here at Kids World Learning Center, from your infants all the way to your after-schoolers. We also have a summer camp and holiday camp for those older children. And we have our brand new bus for our field trips, for the children to have fun and to learn and to explore new things all around our beautiful county. Thank you for trusting us with your most prized possessions.
The unstoppable spirit lives inside all of us. For Matt and Lisa Kuhn, it's fueled by family, with a business backed by an unbreakable bond and a passion to innovate. They've become leaders in last-mile transportation. That's why First Horizon is proud to celebrate unstoppable spirits like Matt and Lisa. From the first stop to the final destination, we use our understanding to keep our clients on their unique path to success.
Welcome back here into the upstate of South Carolina as we finish off our Oxford Barber Company halftime report. 1-1 here at the break between Greenville and Tormenta as we check out our first half highlights presented by Palmetto State Home Mortgage.
Exciting first half. 14 total shots, seven of them on target. He was the first one that landed in the back of the net. A lovely ball over by Meyer Felchian. Muller with the cutback and almost with the finish, but then the man that started it all off knocks it home to give the visitors a 1-0 lead.
Eventually you run out of defenders to mark that many bodies in the box, and unfortunately Tormenta taking advantage early on, but Greenville would respond with some great 1v1 play up the wing.
Yep, lovely ball over by Alex Morrell. Hara didn't look like much of a danger to score at this point, but a little move to his right, and Hara might have been a little unsighted on this goal. Thorn was kind of in the way, but it was a beautiful finish nonetheless by Jesus Ibarra for his first Greenville goal.
1-1 early on at Legacy Early College. Some great plays from the keepers, kept it at that score line. But right now, an entertaining match, back and forth chances for both sides.
We had sort of 10-minute spurts of absolute craziness. It was full pelt, 150 mile an hour from end to end, and a little quiet patch in the middle. But looking forward to the second half.
Jesus Ibarra getting his first goal for the Greenville Triumph. His first year with the club. As they're ready to get things going here. Greenville with 3 points would be tied for first in the league, but keep in mind Omaha does play tonight against Forward Madison at home. Tormenta, 3 points. Get them up into the mix, but of course their issue right now, their lack of matches remaining, which has been the theme all season, really packed early on the schedule. They've been really chasing the pack since then.
Yeah, you just look at the big view of the standings. In the top three, Union Omaha has 2 wins in the last 5. Chattanooga only 1 in their last 5. Greenville only 1 in their last 5. Nobody in the entire league has more than 2 wins in their last 5, which at this stage you would think somebody would. It's almost like the table's on freeze mode at the moment. Nobody's been making a move. Everybody's coming a little closer together. And New England's lost 3 of the last 5, but the other 2 were wins. It's going to be a great race to the playoff spots all the way to the end, I'm sure.
Second half underway. here from Greenville. Fourth and final meeting between these two squads in 2021. Overall 3-year history of this series equal 4-4-1 at this point after Tormenta won the last 2 meetings, including one on July 17th on this very field. A couple big stops by both keepers, keeping the scoreline the way it is, including a stop off Dallas Jay's face and another big save just before the end of the half. Evan Lee tugged down from behind, but Jay will collect. The touch forward, now Lomas. Back heel by Muhammad, Ibarra in space. Plays it over. Muhammad, not enough air.
Surprised Abdi Muhammad didn't think about having to go at goal there. There was not too many people in front of him.
Booth plays it ahead, Lomas strikes it! Saved at the near post by Hara.
Hara had to be alert. It was a difficult angle for Lomas, but if you expect anybody to score from there, it's him.
2 goals against Tormenta this year. Omaha and Madison just getting going here on this League One Saturday night on ESPN+. The 4th minute, 0-0. Another fun battle that we've seen develop over the last year and a half. Lee plays it ahead. Ibarra fighting through contact. Some players making a run ahead. Curtis Thorne trying to get there first. Indeed he does. Throw in for the triumph.
Pablo Hara had to get down quickly to his right. Left-footed effort by Lomas. Great tackle by Curtis Thorne to snuff out another attempt.
Nice tackle on the Green Cloud defense replay.
Have to get that ball, otherwise chance of a penalty. Mentioning Madison, Chris, a win for them would jump them up into the playoff spots. They've sort of been in and out of there over the last month or so.
That'll be Tormenta's next opponent, going on the road to Madison next Saturday.
I mentioned draws. The top 3 teams in the league, if this one stays as a tie, all have 7 draws already. New England Revolution with only 1. Madison leading the way with 8 if the score stays as it is tonight. Certainly been the year of the draw so far. At least over the last month or so.
Ibarra. What about the layoff? He'll go that route. Morel. He'll stay in play. Knocked out back to Tormenta.
Where's Marco Micheletto go?
Bit of a jog.
They're going to change balls. Certainly not where the throw-in should be there.
Even back in 2019, it was Lansing, North Texas kind of running away at the top of the top 2 seeds at this time of the season. And Jumbo messed the rest of the way, so we're right back where we historically have been, at least. Meyer Feltian finding some room. He'll play this over. A shot just wide of that far post. Almost surprising Jay.
See how upset Jay is at his defense. We asked John Harkes, the key is to really limiting Luca Meyer-Feltian, as they haven't done over the last couple of matchups, and he says you can't give him this much space. You've got to close down his space, and it took Greenville too long there for that to happen. Can't do that in the final third. That man will beat you from 25, 30 yards without much worry.
Terrell goes down. Ibarra trying to find some space through the traffic. He straws a throw-in in the final third. Booth flicks it in. Lomas wouldn't have been there. And we will track back to recover the ball. Giveaway in the back. Liotti on the run. 1v1. Can he finish? No, it's stopped by Jay.
Giving it to Jay says nay for that one, Chris. What a mistake by the Greenville defense. Dallas Jay one-on-one. Need to put money on Nazar Liotti to finish that one off. Lovely kick save by Dallas Jay. Greenville defense looking a little out of sorts here the last few minutes.
Played back. Lomas almost got there. Horror will clear it. Advantage played. One back by Tormenta. Still no cards yet in this battle. 53 minutes on. And here, Zip on cue. This might be a card.
I think it was Tormenta trying to take it quickly to kick to the ref. I don't think it was a Greenville player. If it was a Greenville player, he'd definitely be on the hook. But Andrew Booth definitely had his foot up. Not sure how much of an opponent he caught.
May have turned just into a talking to as things calm down.
Crunching tackle there by Pollock. Interestingly, still haven't had an open play cross by South Georgia Tormenta this evening. Obviously 4-3-3. Bit of a narrow formation, doesn't lend itself particularly to wide play. I thought they might have had one by now. Now things are getting a little chippy.
A little more physical out there. Fourth time this season you've seen some of these guys on the same pitch, so has to get chippy at some point.
We asked Aaron Cameron sort of if he gets bored of this matchup, but he said not really. He got bored of Toronto, he said, playing them as much as they did in that one stretch. And he said these matchups always get him fired up, the rivalry side of things, and tactically both teams trying to tweak one thing here or there. Very familiar with each other, though.
They got a great quote from Coach Cameron called Greenville and Tormenta frenemies. Very respectful of each other and collaborating in the growth of League One and, of course, associated academies, but, of course, enemies on the field and developing a great rivalry regionally across the border of South Carolina and Georgia.
The front office is obviously on very good terms with each other. Tormenta with their stadium plans coming along. Greenville, we're hearing things here and there about potential for a stadium in a couple of years down the road. Both going to have W League teams as well as Asheville, which was announced this week. So another local rival to add to that.
Out of play will stay with Tormenta. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and the USL All Access Show with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. All out wide for Tormenta. Liotti plays it over, still alive. Muller finishes it. And that'll give Tormenta the lead. He was onside. And 2-1 to the away side.
Stefan Muller Getting down that left wing as he did in that last matchup. Finding the back of the net again at that back post. Andy Mohammed just lost track of him. We'll take another look at it here on the Green Cloud defense replay. Not sure if you'll see Muller in the corner of the screen here making the late run. Abdi Mohammed just got sucked in, was behind the play again. That's second time tonight the Greenville players have got caught napping a little bit, tracking back. As a result, they find themselves down 2-1. Nobody else for Mohammed really to worry about in the center. Maybe a little rust from the fullback coming off that injury.
So Muller, second straight goal in this series. Had the winner on July 17th. Give him credit, a great run as well. Was Booth keeping him on side at the near post. Now Greenville back to work, down in this match for the second time today. Well, trying to keep it in play, or at least work it for a throw-in.
Yeah, Muller started the season injured, and then he came back in mid-June. And they found his home at that left wing back spot. 3 goals now. His last 7 games.
Cleared way downfield, and Jay will try to get it. Take a throw in.
By that time to start thinking about substitutions, you can see Don Smart up and standing next to John Harks. I'm sure we'll see him in a minute, perhaps for Jesus Ibarra in the center of that 4-2-3-1 formation. Also have J.J. Donnelly on the bench as the only really other true attacking option. Max Hemmings is there as well, but he's more of a defensive midfielder. Cole McClagan. I'm not really sure where Cole McClagan plays, Chris. He can play all over the place. We've seen him up top, we've seen him at the back, we've seen him in the middle. See what John Harks has up his sleeve here as he tries to salvage at least a point, perhaps maybe get revenge for that 3-2 and get a 3-2 of his own.
Comes Tormenta on the break once more. Great pass through. Micheletto in the box. He'll finish it. What a stretch here for Tormenta. They take a 3-1 lead on the road.
Quality ball through and a quality finish by a quality player. Marco Micheletto again tormenting Greenville on that right side this time.
Beautiful ball through.
Look at the play again on the Green Cloud defense replay. Greenville didn't really deal with the kick by Hart particularly well. Lovely ball through from Michael. And finished by Micheletto across the face of Dallas J. A lovely run by Micheletto, sort of drifting into that space behind Tyler Pollock.
Substitution presented by Speaks for
Greenville with tons of work now.
In the 60th minute. Entering the match.
8th goal of the season for Micheletto.
Leaving the match, number 7, Alex Morel.
And some subs to be had.
Number 10, Don Smart. And leaving the match,
Don Smart and Max Hemmings coming on. And already being tackled down by Gomez.
You see Gomez happy not to get a yellow there. Giving the thumbs up to referee Austin Saney. Got a goal in Omaha. Home team has taken the lead there against Madison.
Both those subs presented by Spinks.
Seems like Ibarra will move
At this time, we would like to announce
the left side. Smart
safe driver of the match. Tonight's winner is Christy
pushing up a little more on the side. We've seen him play a little further forward this year at times with Marius Lomas.
Fans before the next home match, take the pledge and get your name entered to be the next Bud Zero safe driver of the match. As a reminder, at the 70th minute, we will no longer be selling alcohol.
Tormenta has dominated this series since that first matchup this season when Greenville won 1-0. Third straight match in this series where they have scored 3 goals now. Remember a few weeks back, Ian Cameron said to us, be a bit more of a rivalry if Tormenta were showing the success on the field. Well, this is how that is born. This result holds. They lead the series overall in its history, 5-4-1.
They certainly deserve, if they hold on for this one, certainly deserve these last 3 convincing victories. They come in 3 different ways as well. Greenville obviously missing Brandon Fricky tonight, even though the goals, except perhaps for that last one, came through the middle. Misses leadership back there, his communication. That's Cesar Murillo with the follow through, and that sends Marco Micheletto into the advertising hoardings. Hopefully he's okay.
Very physical 50-50 battle is across the sideline there. Hopefully he's all right.
The advertising hoardings at Legacy earlier, very close to the sideline. Let's take another look at it here on the Green Cloud defense replay. Nothing nasty about the challenge from Maria. I think he used his body well, got his foot on the ball. Nicoletto seems to be up and okay, thankfully.
Restart just to throw in here in the 63rd.
Don Knudsen with the goal for Omaha.
Former Tormenta man. That ball sails into the Rudy River Riot. And a card will be shown. First of the match. I believe it is Gomez, but we'll get that confirmed.
Yeah, he was lucky not to get one a couple of minutes ago. Didn't get away with it this time. Let's take another look at the replay here.
A caution has been issued by the referee to Tormenta's number 6.
I think it was more for the kick away
in the 64th minute
than perhaps the actual foul. Max Emmons wasn't happy about it either way.
Back all the way to Hara, and they'll clear it downfield. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community. With the Forever Proud project, the USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forward/forever-proud.
Good bit of defending there by Josh Phelps. Coming across to take care of that ball from Lomas.
Ball lofted in, still alive back post, but no one was there for Greenville. Still waiting to see as well if we see the debut of the loanee, Nikki Jackson.
I think late on, if you still have a couple of goals, give him a run around. I think you need him right now. If you were down two goals for sure. A disappointing few minutes here for Greenville. Dig themselves out of this hole. As John Harks mentioned in our call earlier this week, if it's not one thing, it's another. It's injuries, suspensions. The travel to Toronto kind of coming at the wrong time. Number of players unable to make that trip. They came away with a draw, which was almost a 2-point draw. I think some teams are going to struggle to get anything out of that trip this season with as long as the travel restrictions are still on. It's hard to tell really what we saw what Greenville can be earlier on in this season until they lost the likes of Pilato and McLean. Now we really don't know what they are with just lack of depth, lack of offensive firepower. We haven't seen much of Lomas tonight. He's been in some good positions, but he's going to have a tough battle with Josh Phelps this evening.
They mentioned it early, a battle to watch. Two big players, frankly. Booth brings it down, but it goes right into the side netting.
The concern with the lack of depth is Tormenta has the two guys, Micheletto and Meyer Feltian, who two guys you have to account for, right? When that team's in that final third. For Greenville, other than Lomas at the moment, Don Smart not starting tonight. He's a guy sometimes hadn't had the greatest second halves of seasons in League One. With McLean out, with Pilato out, with the goals we saw him score last year. Other than Lomas for Greenville, who really do you have to watch out for as an opponent? Right? There's really going to be a scoring threat, somebody you have to worry about when they're in space. Andrew Booth's not that guy. Aaron Walker on occasion can be. Morel, other than the pass for the goal, hasn't been involved too much tonight.
And a foul is called. Free kick, top of the box. And Walker with a card now.
Not the kind of spot you want to give a free kick away to this team.
Now you're either dealing with Meyer Feltian or Micheletto.
It's a little harsh. Walker got his arm around the side of Liadi, perhaps put him off enough. Referee had a good view of it. Luckily he is on the right-hand side, which limits the options a little bit for Luca Meyer Feltian. As mentioned, when Greenville had that 4-4-2 formation, Chris, to start that season with that double up top with McLean and Lomas, they looked so dangerous. It's just been a different campaign since these injuries have really come and hurt them so much, so many at a time. Not the deepest of squads in the first place. Only around 19 or 20.
We'll see if Tormenta can add to their lead here in the 69th. Ball struck in over the goal, out of play. Dallas J looking for the goal kick. Missed opportunity there for Meyer Feltian.
Oh, seems really some shoulder issues.
Dr. Dallas J.
As disappointing as the last couple of months have been for Greenville, they're still up there in the table, Chris. The results elsewhere going their way over the last few months, a couple of months I should say. Just got to finish in the top 6. I wouldn't want to face a healthy Greenville team no matter where the game's at. Certainly fancy them to win a first round matchup against any of the other teams in 3 through 6. It's when you're going to go on the road in the semi-final that things are going to get tricky. Still a long way to go until we have to start seriously talking about playoff posturing. And have a sub here. Speak of the devil. And that's Raheem Somersault. Well, we're going to have a bunch of changes here.
Tormenta sending in the brigade. Jacob Goodall will come on for Tyler Pollock to start things. A Spinks substitution.
Substitution presented by Spinks for Greenville in the 70th minute. Entering the match, number 17,
Liadi will
JJ
come off, it
Dowling.
seems, for the debut
Leaving the
of
match,
Nicky
number
Jackson.
26, Abdi Mohammed.
Next Spinks substitution.
Also entering the
San
match
Diego
for Greenville,
loyal forward, now
number
on loan
11,
the
Jacob
rest of the
Goodall.
season
And
with
leaving the match,
Tormenta.
number 3, Tyler Pollock.
Kobe Perez coming
Additional
onto the field where he made his pro
substitutions for
debut 2 years ago.
Entering the match, number 22, Nicholas Jackson.
And then Raheem
Leaving the
Somersault,
match, number 9,
the former
Hassan
FC Tucson man, coming on for
Entering
Abinwa,
number
who just
16,
left with the trainer off the
Kobe
field.
Perez. Leaving
Perez
the
obviously
match,
came off the
number
bench
11, Rodney Michael.
for a goal in that
Also
Richmond
entering
match.
for Tormenta, number 13, Raheem Somersault. And leaving the match, number 12, Abuchi Abinwa.
Submission, I think simple, but maybe not so much for Tormenta. Hold on to his 2-goal lead and get 3 points. The new number 22 at the top of the formation.
A chance to make an impact here. Pressure's off. You're not coming on with a 2-goal deficit and being relied upon to score.
Nice touch by Lomas running in there. Donnelly on the field and out of play for a corner kick. PNC Bank corner kick coming your way.
We mentioned Perez scored that goal, Chris, against Richmond. Gene Camersley was most disappointed about how they let that goal in just a minute later. Obviously ended up drawing that game 2-2.
Tall mountain to climb for Greenville, but about 20 minutes and stoppage to do it. Ball sent in. Back area headed. We off of a Greenville player. In fact, cleared out of play. Another corner kick.
PNC Corners for Kids, taken by your Greenville Triumph.
Certainly use a goal here. Themselves within one, as you mentioned, Chris, with perhaps 20 minutes, including injury time ago. See the stats there, 9-8. Shots are pretty even. Possession very close as well.
Headed away. This will come back in favor of Tormenta. For the W, the USL recently announced the formation of the USL W League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer, both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the Championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets, the W League is set to begin play in 2022 in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to uslwleague.com to learn more. Of course, we mentioned Greenville and Tormenta, founders of the league with clubs coming, Asheville, adding their name to that list this week. Donnelly trying to capitalize. Can't, but Smart does find the ball. Donnelly plays it centrally, but Walker already moving towards the box. Tormenta, despite the 2-goal lead, still trying to make this a track meet. Send it back. Return by Jackson, tugged down by Hemmings. 1-0 to Omaha, 31 minutes on. Catch the rest of that one after our match is over on ESPN+.
River Riot trying to get the noise going to inspire their men on to perhaps a late comeback here.
Late night in League One as well coming up tonight. Tucson and North Texas doing battle in Keno North Stadium.
That has the potential to be a fun one for the neutral. The previous matchup this year was 0-0, so what do I know?
Somersault driving through the traffic, still running in the box. But just at the right time, Goodall steals it. Out of play, it's a goal kick.
Good work there by Goodall. Took a shot in the ribs last week in Toronto. That can't have been a fun flight back after that collision we saw. Feeling okay enough to play tonight, though.
For Tormenta in the 75th minute. Entering the match, number 99, Vincenzo Candela.
Candela coming on for Gomez, who is on a card. The latest Spinks substitution. I mean, if you talk to any of us or any Greenville or Tormenta fan back in 2019, you said, oh, this matchup, combined goals between the two sides over 3 matches will be 13.
Yes.
They laugh at you. This was 0-0, 1-0. Back in the day, the chess matches between Mill Racy and Harks. Totally different now, it seems. Falls for Somersault. He'll try to get the counter going.
It's been such a roller coaster season for Tormenta. They've had spurts of 4 straight wins, and then couldn't buy a win to start the season, and then this last stretch. But now it's going to be a tough way to finish the season with those matches on the road and having teams with games in hand against you. Talent on this squad, though. They can sneak into the playoffs, could cause some trouble.
This will be a throw-in favor of Tormenta. Lofted in and grabbed by Jay. Funny thing is, we're used to both these teams having their say in the playoff race pretty late. Second to last match last year they faced for the final time, and then the last match of the season back in 2019. This will be the last meeting here for this 2021 season. Greenville finishes the campaign against North Carolina for their final meeting.
September and October are going to be must-watch soccer for everybody involved in League One. The way this league table is shaping up, we're going to have at least 10 teams with a chance of the playoffs all the way until perhaps the final couple of weeks. Don't count Tucson out just yet, though. And CFC not completely out of it either. Disappointing result midweek, though.
Brought down, Lee back to Murillo, and a handball. Yeah, I mean, North Carolina, they were down there in the table, but all their injured guys, their veterans, they've gotten back healthy. They're bouncing back. They have to string many wins together, of course, but they could possibly do it.
So what the ball was there? Was it? Oh, the handball right there on Emmett Lee. Well, you get your 2 center backs sort of volleying the ball to each other in the box. It's not ideal.
12 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here from Legacy Early College. All Tormenta in the second half, 2 goals over the span of 3 minutes.
Yeah, other than the shot from the angle early in the half from Lomas, they really haven't bothered Pablo O'Hara at all in this second half.
Greenville just 1 shot in this, one shot on target in the second half, 2 total. Tormenta in the second half, 5 shots, 3 on target, of course 2 of which goals. Greenville hits the road for their next match at Fort Lauderdale next Sunday night. First time they're back in South Florida since July 18th, 2020, when they started the 2020 season. Here comes Tormenta. Seems like the flag would have been up there.
Nicky Jackson is looking to gel a little bit with the midfield behind him. Making a nice run there. Ball just didn't quite find it.
Ball chopped forward here. Smart, edge of the box. Smart still running. Plays it over. Top of the box. Fired into the night. And actually, that'll curl back and stay in place. Still alive. Juggled by Hara. Grabbed onto.
See Pablo O'Hara. Not sure if he's staring at the AR or his defense. It just kind of stopped. It's a good half chance for Greenville. It's not quite quick enough to react.
Jackson, a good run of form with Charlotte Independence while on loan from the Colorado Rapids of MLS back in 2019. As he comes onto this ball, into the box, fires a shot, and sharp angle, putting it out of play.
You can hear the reaction from the Greenville crowd. They're just sort of stunned at what's going on here. Seeing the substitute running free like that inside the box against such a good, what normally is such a good defense, or has been coming into the second half of the season.
Hilton, Greenville, South Carolina, serving the upstate for over 30 years, located on Haywood Road. Contact us today to book your special event. Booth stepping up and cleared downfield. Stolen back, Jackson, Meyer-Feltian taking on Murillo. Jackson lays it off. Meyer-Feltian plays it over and just wide of the mark. It seems like Jackson wanted the wingback to take that one. Instead, a pass came his way.
I'm not sure what he was expecting. I think he may have got a touch with his midriff or his leg, but I expect Luca Meyer-Feltian to, he may have got a deflection off a Greenville player before getting through to Jackson. That just threw off his timing slightly, I think. But Greenville not looking like a team trying to come back from the 2-goal deficit here. Lucky not to find themselves down 4 or 5-1.
Jackson had a good run in MLS as well for about 2 years. Even had one appearance in CONCACAF Champions League when Colorado Rapids were in the 2017-2018 edition. Ian Cameron working on some strategy. Mandela. Driven away by Ibarra. Here comes Summersall. Kobe Perez is wide open. Gonna get the pass off though.
It seems like a long time ago since that 4-0 win over North Texas back in the second week of the season for Greenville. The question now is just the way John Harks goes from here. You can't just go out and sign the number of players. Tormenta, obviously, with that nice little loan signing of Nicky Jackson. Perhaps that's where John Harks goes. He's mentioned he's had a couple of trialists in of late, but nobody they decided to sign.
Very smart.
Loves his team's resiliency, though. Still plenty of time this season to get back on track.
Lomas stopped by Phelps. Good touch by Nicoletto. What a night he's had. Finding some room here past Smart. Nothing doing there from the referee's whistle.
Good stuff from Don Smart there. Wasn't going to let Nicoletto beat him to the inside.
Lagan, it sounds like, getting set to come on. Hemmings goes down, free kick to Greenville. And it will indeed be for Mario Slomas. Unable to find the back of the net.
Substitution presented by Spinks for Greenville in the 87th minute. Entering the match,
Big substitution. Former Furman player in his collegiate days coming on.
Yeah, just the one shot on target tonight for Marius Lomas. A couple of offsides. Listen, when you're up 3-1, you can smile about things like that. Somebody got a card.
Nicoletto, a good laugh there, alongside Max Hemmings.
Max Hemmings certainly not laughing about it. That was Marco Nicoletto taking his sweet time getting off the pitch.
Hemmings, with his own Georgia roots, played at Georgia State for 4 years.
Mentioned with the amount of road games Tormenta does have left, Chris, but they do play 3 times against Fort Lauderdale, twice against the Revs 2. Finish against Tucson and North Carolina, 2 teams who potentially at that point could be out of it, so Tormenta certainly still right in the mix.
Good touch by Booth, putting the cross over top of the box. Smart takes it himself, blocked. Another go of it, and it goes wide. He took a little too long in that first shot to settle the ball.
You see Don Smart apologizing. I think it was to Jesus Ibarra, who was wide open on his left side here. You see him there. Probably should have passed it over before Luca Meyer-Felching could get back and cover him. Greenville just a little out of sorts at the moment.
Knocking the ball downfield as we tick towards stoppage time. Tormenta looking for their 3rd straight win over Greenville. Knocked out of play. This will be a corner kick in favor of the Triumph. Presented by PNC Bank.
Go back to 2019, Chris.
PNC corners.
It was also a 28-game season. 6th place had 37 points. Greenville already at 24 as things stand, so 4 wins and a couple of ties in their last 13 will get them to that high 30s.
Headed on, headed away by Noose. Ibarra still in there, lays it off. McLagan fired a shot, but it's cleared. Too many bodies in there.
Let's see what McLagan was trying to do, but with that many people in the box, just hammer it now.
Substitution presented by Spinks in the 90th minute. Entering the match for Tormenta, number 15, Christopher Stricker.
The 6th place team back in 2019. Chris at South Georgia Tormenta.
I don't think they want to talk about that season too much. Brilliant start, but injury plagued like Greenville's feeling this season, actually. Falling just short. But able to spoil Greenville somewhat at the end of that season. Strickler will come on for Nicoletto, it seems. 4 minutes of stoppage time presented by First Horizon Bank.
The 4th official has indicated 4 minutes of stoppage time for the 2nd half.
Strickler making his 7th appearance of the season. Rio perhaps wiping his hands off on the jersey of McLagan. 1-0 to Omaha at the half. Throwing comes, headed away. Not far enough though. Hemmings back over, headed on and over the crossbar.
See McLagan getting in a position. A couple of half chances here the last 2 minutes. Now looking on that Green Cloud defense replay. A little volley cross by Max Hemmings. McLagan going away from goal was always going to be hard. Get enough power to put that past Hara.
Again, that second half of Omaha and Madison coming up on ESPN Plus, as well as the 10 p.m. showdown out west between FC Tucson and North Texas. North Texas announcing that head coach Eric Quill had to enter COVID protocols. Luckily he is vaccinated and not feeling those severe symptoms from what we heard, but our thoughts are with him and his family as he recovers. And hopefully back soon. Michelle will be leading things from the bench as they hit the road to Tucson. Shot comes, but well off the mark. Greenville headed for 5 straight matches winless. To your point, Ross, from before, still finding a way to be in 3rd place with all these draws in the league at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be hoping for another one tonight between those two teams towards the bottom of the table, but a win will vault them up close to those playoff places. If there's anyone that can figure this out, it's John Harks. Saw Tormenta with that slight formation tweak and what it did for them back before that winning streak. Unfortunately for John Hart, he doesn't quite have the options to be able to change things up too much. Obviously he'll get Freaky back next week as Season Rio lashes out. Oh, and that's a little silly from Kobe Perez.
That was Candela with the shove.
Sorry, Candela. The shove, Mario's shove wasn't egregious. May have made the most of the Candela shove. Our officials are going to have a word. Let's take another look at it here on the Green Cloud defense replay. Not sure why the reaction. Maybe just frustration from Mario, who went down a little too easily. Yellow cards for both would probably be the fair decision. Yep, good work there by referee Austin Saney.
Referee has issued a caution to Greenville's number 4, Cesar Murillo, and Tormenta's number 99, Vincenzo Candela, in the 94th minute.
Hemmings will take it. Lofted in, headed away. Check of the watch. We play on. Throw in for the triumph. Poked out of play. Late corner kick for Greenville.
Triumph.
Andrew Booth will take it. Booth. Brought down, cleared. And that's it, the final whistle. Tormenta, their 3rd straight victory this season over Greenville. What a showing by them in the second half.
Ready
Maybe not kind words between the two head coaches following the match.
Orlando and Tampa. Book your trip from GSP
Nonetheless, in the books, it will be a 3-1 victory for Tormenta.
Jeans Bus Service is a family-owned and
Final score presented by Priority One Security.
Of your Greenville Triumph. Jeans Bus Service wants to be your first choice for safe and reliable.
Oh, the rivalry was not blooming to start the year. It certainly is now.
Fans after tonight's match.
Let me take a look at our save of the match from tonight's action, presented by Bravo One Protection.
Yep, Dallas J had to spring to his left here on this one. Snuff that chance out by Uslw.
Jay and Micheletto, some words following the match as we end things here from Greenville, South Carolina, as we head into our Priority One post-game report. We'll take a look at highlights and stats coming up. Tormenta, a huge road victory in this rivalry to end out the series here in 2021. A lot to digest. We will. Coming up next, 3-1 Tormenta here from Greenville.
School is in session and great deals on your favorite brands are here at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get up to 25% off Nike apparel and footwear, plus 25% off all Nike backpacks and lunchboxes. Don't miss the fun. Sale ends soon at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System, we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
In front, header, score! What a goal! Goal to the 901! He puts it in! Colorado Springs has its lead! Goal! It's another for Colorado Springs!
Our Priority One Security post-game report. Tormenta 3-1 victory over Greenville. And Tormenta players certainly celebrating third straight victory over the Triumph here in 2021. Let's take a look at our GSP Airport high-flying plays of the match. Tormenta and Greenville trading goals in the first half, but then Tormenta gaining their ground as they went on.
Yeah, it was the opening goal. Greenville had dominated the game up until this point. Marco Micheletto drawing defenders in, causing a bit of chaos inside the 6-yard box, and then Luker Meyer-Feltian with the easy finish from a couple of yards out.
Meyer-Feltian now this season, 2 goals, 3 assists against Greenville.
The home team would tie things up though here. Lovely run by Alex Morel. Ball through to Jesus Ibarra on that left side, cuts back in, and then curls a lovely shot past the far post of Pablo Har to send the Reedy River Riot wild. Wouldn't have many chances to do that though tonight. Take that 1-1 score to the half.
Then it was Tormenta coming out in the second half, scoring 2 times in 3 minutes.
Yeah, a little bit more chaos. Greenville players falling into each other, and almost a replay of that third goal a few weeks ago. Stefan Muller at the back post to slot it home with the assist from Liati.
5th assist this season for the center forward as he found his wing back.
Just a few minutes later, they would rub salt in the wounds. Pablo Har with the bouncing kick. Rodney Michael, lovely pass across his body through to Micheletto, who got behind Tyler Pollock, and a great finish with authority into the far post past Dallas J.
And that was all 3-1 in favor of Tormenta. Third straight match as well. Not only wins against the Triumph, but scoring 3 goals against the John Harkes defense. Look at those shot counts. But it was Tormenta more efficient on the day, taking advantage of the counter.
Nope, 100% put away the great chances they had. Greenville had some early, they didn't, and they end up being the difference in this one. Here's a look at your updated standings.
So look at Tormenta, Toronto, New England so far this week, making moves up the table. Greenville still sitting in third with 24 points. Of course, Omaha and Madison coming out of halftime shortly with a 1-0 lead to Omaha. That in progress. Tucson, North Texas as well coming up tonight. Well, what a victory for Tormenta. Third straight win over Greenville in this series. They take a 5-4-1 lead overall in the League One competition. I'd like to thank our entire crew alongside me. Ross Davenport, I'm Chris Makoviak. Our Priority 1 Security final score, 3-1 to Tormenta. Head over to Omaha Madison on ESPN Plus right now for more League One action. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.